Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Alongside me, Dabby Cab. Dabby, how are you doing? Oh, now I can't hear you again. Is it me again? Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Oh, it is. Okay. I was like,
that
is it
one
me?
was
I can't
me.
hear you?
And it's a good thing everyone couldn't hear me because my response to you saying you couldn't hear me again was well, I didn't use my glove to cover my mouth. We'll say that.
Okay, that's lovely. Well, I'm glad that you're back here. I will ask you this: how was the morning sesh?
It was a blast, man. It was a really good time. We cashed some tickets too. I don't know if you saw Dutch actually went 3-0 the 3 days. He gave out 3 plays, one play a day, and he hit all of them. One in basketball, two first five unders. He's killing those first five unders, but even better, man, we had a laugh. That's the best part. If anybody didn't get to see it, you should go play it back. We watched some funny ass videos and had a good laugh with them.
Oh, that's lovely. I love that. You guys,
Yeah.
shout out to you guys. Shout out to Dutch going 3-0. That's great. Yeah, I only see him doing first five unders, but I respect the hustle.
Well, he said
Maybe
he said he doesn't fuck with run lines, but those first five unders, he said I think he said 70% or something like that. So I don't know exactly, but he said something like that.
lovely. Good for him. Let's shout out everyone in the chat here. We've got Ronnie and Bergia giving out his plays here. Cubs money line, Yankees first five -1/2, Lightning first period -1/2, Dodgers and the Mets reversed run line there. Shout out to you, my guy. Shout out to Moose Money, of course, here. We'll talk about Joe Maddon now, actually.
Good. Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Earlier today on Betting with the Bag, I was very, very adamant that he was going to be fired at some point this year. I overshot Joe Girardi and I overshot Joe Maddon. I did not think it was going to be fired today, but I definitely thought it was coming for sure. A little early, premature, maybe, but I think this is a fire up the boys moment, as people say on the streets.
I mean, ever since Mike Trout, I mean, I know they won a little bit after it, but when he walked that guy home with the bases loaded, you remember that shit?
Yeah.
And Mike Trout's face, he went right like this. He went like, what the fuck did he just do? Like, that's exactly what his face said, man. You can't. I know, like, some people can argue it, but you pulling shit like that and then just falling apart. Yeah, he's got to go, man.
Yeah, I didn't really. I was a little surprised, like I said, it was today, but it was definitely coming for sure. Shout out to Kyle Hintley and Ronnie Umbergia in here. Viral videos, Jedi for Life, Real Deal Prime, Danzo giving us a little Arizona Diamondbacks action. Well, they're scoring the first inning. Washington scoring the first inning. And it's Cincinnati to score in the first inning. There you go, guys. Go get your plus money there. I saw Danzo hitting a lot of those, so shout out to you, my guy Danzo.
Yeah.
Teflon Don in here. Viral video also is saying two-team parlay today seems right. Giants, Braves. I don't hate that at all. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I don't hate that at all, my guy. Cashman, the gas report. All you guys, thank you guys for joining us. Cab, you ready to get into this pretty thick card we've got going on?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I told you there's a couple games I put on the back burner, so to speak, but I do have some action. I have 3 active plays throughout this card. So I have 2 more that I like a lot, but damn it, I'm not adding. We'll see. I might, but I'm trying not to. I think 3 plays is good.
I have 2 plays so far, and
I say plays, they're bets. Like, that's why when you guys hear me say like about adding, I'm not fucking scared of my numbers. And I don't want to say I'm scared of my money, but you're damn right I'm scared of my money. Like, so if I add, that's more money. So that's 3's good, man. 3's good. I might add.
I'm sitting here I used to say the day before yesterday, I go like 3-1, have a great day. I do the reverse yesterday. I go 1-3, down 2.30 units. I'm up I should say my record now is 192 and 185, up 12.28 units. So still beautiful. A successful year.
Beautiful.
But yeah, beautiful. Exactly. I can't complain. I've got Red Sox money line and the Red Sox Angels over 8.5 there, -118 and -114. I bet those with Jimmy the Bag earlier today. And I will say this: after Joe Maddon gets fired, Phil Nevin now the interim coach. A little worried. little worried about.
Yeah, there's something about. Did you know that when you bet him, or he got fired after you bet him?
No, I made those bets this morning before the news.
Oh shit. Okay, so you wouldn't have made him probably, if not.
I would not have made the Red Sox money line bet. I do feel better about the over, though. I do feel a lot better.
Right there, you go.
I do think that the Angels will have a little more pep in their step. And Garrett Whitlock's no strikeout performance last time I was a little concerning, but we'll see. I mean, we'll talk about that game, obviously, but I do have both those plays in there. I have a couple leans right now.
I'm a little frustrated. One of my plays that I wanted to make, but I didn't bet it, so it doesn't fucking matter. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But I liked the first 5 over in the Rangers Cleveland game, and I think that's already hit.
Shout out to Ron Lofton in here. He's saying right back on Diamondbacks team total under 4.5 at even money. Rode the over streak, and now he's riding the under streak. I like that. Look, I actually wrote down a team total under on my leans, and we'll get there. But interesting there. Kyle Hentley on Houston first 5, Jays run line there, and he also likes Giants money line. -1 and 1.5. Cashman, Yankees my first 5, and he likes Tyon. And I'm not gonna just sit here and read all your plays the whole time, guys, because we do have a games to cap. But I am interested in obviously in your plays and what you guys are on. I do.
Yeah, we look at them.
Yes, I do save these, and I do want to take that into account on my capping, obviously. So shout out to you guys as always, and Kyle up big since I think last week he said so, or this week. So shout out to you, my guy. You're always making those big boy bets, and I cannot wait to see you in September when I get there. It'll be fun. All right.
Get where?
Boston.
Yes.
Yeah, going to Boston. Yankees, Red Sox. September 13th to the 17th. That might be the day where the say hey streak comes into some questions, but we'll get there when we get there. All right, Cab, let's get into it though. The say hey streak doesn't die today, damn it. It's on to 62. It is on to 62. Cannot wait for this card. We'll start off with the Diamondbacks Reds here. We've got Tyler Gilbert, the 0-2 Tyler Gilbert versus Graham Ashcraft, the Ashman, who's pitched pretty well. I mean, my voice got higher as I said that because I don't feel as confident about it, but he's 2-0, 1.63 ERA, and what more can you ask from him, especially from a Reds pitcher? Last time out versus the Nationals, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, a home run.
Say, how old is he, bro? Isn't he 20? Isn't he 24? Do I have that?
I'll look it up for you while I talk about.
Sorry, here, no, let you talk. Let me look it up. That was rude. You go.
But he's last time out 6 1/3, 4 innings, no runs, a K, 2 walks, and my man Ashcraft is a 98 birthday, so 1 year younger than me. Because I'm a 97. He's 24. Actually, we're technically the same age, but yeah, he's a little younger than I am. 98.
Okay.
Imagine me in the majors.
This guy. I mean, why? So you're not confident just because you don't have a big sample size? You only have the 17 innings. Is that what you mean by not confident?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I need to say. I need to see a little more. I mean, I'm not betting on them today here. I think -150 for the Reds is it's kind of funny to see, especially how they started, but they're completely different team now. The Diamondbacks, like you guys said, you guys like the under here, and they're 15th in the last since the Jose split, June 15th till today. Since the mid-month, I guess I should say. 15th, 106 weighted runs created plus against righties, and that number has fallen. It's slowly fallen. I don't have any under team total unders looks, and I could see a full game under too as well. The Reds obviously not world beaters. 12th, 116 weighted runs created plus against lefty, so that's pretty good. But how long will that last? We'll see. I'm off this game entirely, but I think it'll be a fun game to watch for Reds fans because it's not often you get to see a 150 for the Reds.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. I can't. If you see me trying fighting back a laugh, I can't help it, bro. I clearly see his name, but it's going to be Ashcraft because that's just what I read when I see it.
Grant Ashcraft.
Yeah. So anyways, on with Cram Ashcraft. He's done great his first 3 starts, like you were saying, but it's only 17 innings. Gilbert on the flip side, he's given up 5 home runs in only 14 innings. That's terrible. That's really bad. That's He's got a 5.02 ERA. I would only look Reds here. That's why it's minus 150. I'm not on the Reds, but that's what I would do if I was playing this game.
Paco Healy said that this game, the total started at 8.5.
Moose got it.
And now it's a 9.5. And let me double check on Bovada right now, because as you guys know, Bovada is not the most reliable when it comes to staying up. By the way, the Guardians are 5-1 right now on the Rangers, which makes me feel better about my bet that I'm looking to have on them in the second game. So it'll be interesting. 10.5 now. Jesus. This number just keeps going up and up and up.
I mean,
that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's at what point do you bet the under, as my father, Jimmy the Bad, would say. I mean, I'm not going to bet it. The number keeps soaring up for a reason, but that's interesting, man. That's really interesting. I don't know why. That's funny. All right, so let's move on here. Next game, because the Reds and the Diamondbacks is kind of a snoozer. Let's talk about this game, because I think this is a very, very, very fascinating game, Cab. And I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I actually need to pull up my phone for this, because I think this tweet was 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago, a beat writer for the Miami Marlins said that Craig Mish, there we go. We're going to state his name and everything. He said that the Marlins had a 90-minute team meeting called by Don Mattingly. Said that he had to get things out in the open. Whatever the fuck that means. Okay, so that's interesting. It was not a rah-rah meeting either, apparently.
No, those are never good, man. Ever.
Many people spoke, and he said this. Would not be surprised if the team came out flat tonight. Would not say anything further. Okay, what? First of all, that's crazy. All right. So
he told some people that they're gonna lose their fucking spot, bro.
So Craig just tweeted this 3 minutes ago. I spoke to Sandy Alcantara. He would not disclose any details of the meeting. Did say that players are not always going to get along. He said he referred to a similar meeting when he was younger in the minors with the Cardinals. In my opinion, there is an internal dispute among the players.
That's not good.
So what do we do with this, Cab? Now, I present the information, and I do not know what to do with this. Don Mattingly, if Don Mattingly's saying that his team's going to come out flat, I don't know if that's like, who the fuck knows. But that Craig is a guy with the Marlins. He's there every day. It seems like there is a rift in the clubhouse, and Sandy saying that not all the players are going to get all along. I mean, whew.
Bro, this might have pissed him off in a good way. I mean, I know that's weird, but like, if he really said that and some of them figured it out, like, I don't know about them, but if I was in the locker room, I'd be like, fuck this guy, man. Let's go out there and kick their ass.
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't understand. Like, I can easily see what Ron Loft is saying. He said took Marlins run line reverse psychology angle. I could easily see after that the team just being fucking pissed off and coming out just swinging it and giving it to a Don who's pitched, pretty shitty, obviously, as we see 1-9.
And if you think that, if you really want to take that angle, like maybe a first 5 under, because I think Cabrera is still going to pitch good, bro.
Yeah, I do like Cabrera. Too. I think he's a good pitcher, but I think all of that is very interesting, and I think ultimately I'm going to stay off, but I for sure am going to write down a first 5 under here. I mean, I know all that conversation just to stay off. I know it's kind of anticlimactic, but like, it's just crazy that Don Mattingly saying this shit, just like, just big player meeting, a bunch of players spoke, and you get things out in the open. Wouldn't be surprised if we suck dick today. Who knows? What? Don? Okay. All right. At first,
I think Moose got it, man. They're gonna come back. Somebody fuck somebody else's wife. There's something.
I mean, Bill Simmons does say when it's an NBA player dispute, it's always about 2 things. Or it's 3 things: cards, money, or women. That's all what it's always about.
I'm not joking. I think he got it. That's probably what it was.
Oh, man, I think that is going to be a fascinating game to see. I want to watch the Marlins. Just watch the body language, watch everything, watch them with a hawk eye tonight, guys, because we're going to either find out that this team is broken and they're not going to get their shit together, or this is like, their galvanizing moment. You know what? Fuck you. No, fuck you. And then they come back and everyone gets together and they make a run. Who knows? I mean, right now I should say this, they're 6th against righties during this Jose split, 124 weighted runs created plus. So they've been smacking the ball. So we'll see. I mean, I guess maybe the pressures of this division gets to you, but nothing here for me, Cab. I guess you're also on this.
No, you're good. I'm good. I'm good, man. I got nothing else to say about this shit.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. And Ronnie and Bergia asking, is Mr. Mattingly next on the chopping block? I will say this. He was a target in my head, but no, he is not the first guy I think of. And when we get to that guy, I will tell you who the next coach is on the chopping block, because 2 for 2 so far. Why not keep the hot streak going? So it'll be interesting. And by the way, that all that stuff was just happening. Like I said, that Sandy Alcantara tweet was 3 minutes ago. And this game starts at like 7:05 or whatever, 6:05 Central. I mean, whew. All right, next game. I'm sorry that took so long, but I think that's a very interesting game.
Yeah, that's why I was like, no, I'm good on it. Nah, just move.
Let's talk about the Cubs Orioles here. Keegan Thompson, a 6-0, which is the most shocking thing that you'll see today, versus the Baltimore Orioles. Kyle Bradish, who you guys know I like backing, and I've seen this line go back and forth. Right now, it's -115, -105 for the Baltimore Orioles. That was what it was early this morning. And when I made the graphics, it moved to the Cubs, and it moved all the way back to the Orioles.
What do you mean you like backing? How has that gone for you?
What do you mean? Oh, well, I mean, it's not well. I mean,
okay, so you still like backing?
I liked backing. There you go.
Okay.
I liked backing Kyle Bradish. I mean, he pitched well versus Seattle last time out. 4 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks, 2 walks. But that's probably his best start since his start at St. Louis, where he went 7, a couple earned runs, and like 11 Ks. But I think he'll be a good pitcher eventually. But right now, he's on the Baltimore Orioles, so we all know how that goes. I don't think these teams ever face off, so I think it'll be a fun matchup. I had nothing here again. 28 or 26 are the Orioles right now against righties, 86 weighted runs created plus, while the Cubs 115 weighted runs created plus. That's 11th. So, if it's a side, it's the Cubs for sure. I guess we're riding the hot hand of Keegan Thompson, but I do not feel comfortable betting my money on him, I'll be honest. Even though he's 6-0, a lot of good stuff. It's just something that holds me back here, Cap.
Well, not me. I put my money on him. I took the Cubs money line in the first 5. It was -110. So, you kind of said it. Cubs have been putting up runs even in their losses. Thompson might be a guy they just flat get behind. Yeah, I think it's shocking. His 1.99 ERA. That's obviously not realistic. But he does a good job pitching. Pitching to contact. And on the other side, Bradish, hitters are hitting 313 off of him, man. That's absolutely fucking horrible. I know it's not a huge sample size, only like 33 innings, but that's 33 innings of getting your ass smacked.
Yeah, no, it's not great. It's fully not great. A 1 1/3 inning or 1 2/3 innings against the Red Sox, 6 hits, 6 earned runs there did not help. I will admit that for sure.
Yeah, no,
And by the way, I will mention. I forgot. We mentioned money, women, and cards. I think who said it first? Let me just double check. Viral video says I forgot fantasy lineups. You're right. Your fantasy lineups, and E is saying, "Oh yeah, fantasy lineups." You're right. You guys are right there. I should have mentioned those things. So for baseball players, it's money, women, and fantasy lineups instead of cards. That's what we're learning here today. So I'm glad that we're on the right path to this. This is a good.
I was always like, you could always throw the women in, but like the weed, music, and baseball, that was like the 3 easy things to describe me.
To bond over as well. I would say those are good things to bond over. Mm-hmm. I will move on this game. I will move on from this game, Cab. You're on the Cubs here. In what way?
First 5, money line, -110.
Man, I'll write that down too. I like it. I like it a lot, Cab. And And I've been a little cold recently. I don't know. Well, I know what play you're going to be on later tonight, and I know I
No, you
can't.
don't, because no, I'm not. So, but stop talking about being cold. Today we're gonna win some money. Who gives a shit? We're gonna go hot and cold all the time. It's
And
a long
I'm
season.
more excited to hear about that because I do know that everyone is not backing your guy than I thought you would. But that's funny.
But there's not, the line is terrible, bro. I need a money line. I can't back him on a run line. Like, fuck that. They don't score enough runs.
That is facts. Tigers Pirates. A little bit of a bum fight. But I enjoy the Pittsburgh Pirates here. And it is an ace-off for both these squads. Jose Quintana, who every time he pitches, we say the same shit, man. I don't know how the hell he's doing this. Why is he pitching so good? All this stuff. I mean, I benefited last time. I took him, at the Dodgers, 4 1/3, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 Ks, 1 walk. When we get the sweep of the Dodgers, I think that was the last game too. Is Quintana versus Mitch White that day. And it was great. We all celebrated. And last time before that at the Padres, another allegedly good hitting team, but probably not apparently. 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, none of them earned, 4 Ks, 2 walks. Martin Perez, those two dudes, I don't get it how they're doing this. And they're going to be trade bait in the offseason or in the trade deadline. And I'll be honest, I want 0 parts of either one of them on my baseball team. I don't know how long this is going to last. I've seen a lot of people on a first 5 under here. It's a 3.5 at -110 for me. I really thought about it. I really sat there and thought about it because both these offenses are putrid. I mean, the Pirates have their day, obviously. The Pirates have their day, and they make me very happy on occasion. 23rd against lefties, 90 weighted runs created plus. So, I mean, for them being as good as they are allegedly, I think Tariq Skubal is that good to be able to stop him. I mean, he slowly won me over. I mean, to be honest, I'm still kind of everyone's on the bandwagon, and Jimmy obviously leads the bandwagon, and I'm just kind of at the back of the bus, like we're just on my phone, like I don't know if I want to be here, guys. And I kind of and when one little bump happens, I'll be the first one off. But I'm not going to back him here. I guess he's a good pitcher. Hey, what can we say? I mean, he's been pitching well, 4-2. 2.15 ERA versus the Twins. 7 innings of only 2 hit ball, no earned runs, 6 Ks a walk, fantastic. Versus the Cleveland Guardians, 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 Ks, 1 walk there. But the Detroit Tigers offense is horrific. They get off Austin Meadows back today, so I mean, shout out to them for that. But I still don't want to back this squad, and the first 5 under, maybe a full game under, is the only way I would look at this. So, what about you here, Cap?
Well, so you said it, man. I'm not personally on this game at all, but I got to give a shout out again to Dutch. He gave it out earlier, and he's also betting the first 5 under in this game. I'm not on it, but I mean, if I was going to make a play in this game, if I got a free play on it, it would definitely be the first 5 under. Only thing I'd worry about is, Quintana. I don't want him to walk people. If he walks, he shows like sometimes a little bit of a trouble with the strike zone, but not that bad. And like you said, both these teams can't fucking hit. The Pirates, they put up runs against the Dodgers, but they kind of cooled back off. They still won the series against the Diamondbacks, which is cool for them. But I think they only scored like 5 runs the last 2 games, like 2 and 3. They're coming back to reality. And so I don't hate the first 5 under at all, but I'm not on it.
Looking at Ballpark Pal, by the way, it's 11% less than average chance for home runs today, and I would say 13% more likely a chance for extra base hits today.
11% more for home runs and whatever.
No, 11% less for home runs and 13%.
How the fuck does that work?
That is what Ballpark Pal says. I am just.
How do you have a higher percent for extra base hits and a lower percent for home runs?
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
I'm going to move on the Cubs, by the way. I'm going to move on the Cubs. Unfortunately for me, I'm getting them at the max juice price, I bet, at -125, basically. So, Cubs first 5 money line for me, official, -125. There you go, Cap.
There you go.
You've convinced me. You that charm of yours just wore off, and it finally got me to bet the Cubs.
Wore on. Not wore off.
You're right. You're right. Sorry, English is my second language, Cab. You know that. English is my second language.
Really?
Yeah, I was born in Venezuela technically. So.
You didn't tell me that. I knew you were from Venezuela, but you didn't say like,
Well, I mean, I
from
moved here when
Venezuela.
it's my joke because I moved here when I was 2, and English is basically my first language, but I'm from Venezuela, so it's just my excuse
English
for not
is your first language.
Yeah, it's just my excuse to not be able to speak English.
Okay. Yeah.
Machistas, as they say.
Yeah.
Sometimes, guys, remember you have to explain jokes to Cab here. Never forget the Hunter Renfro joke. Never forget.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the Cardinals and Rays here. And now, I'll be honest, Cab, I have a special little spot of dislike for the Rays now. Good,
because I don't like them either.
I do not like the Rays, and I don't like the organization. They're fine. I mean, they do whatever. But I specifically don't like James Adam, Jalen Beeks, Brooks Raley, Mr. Jeffrey Springs here, and Ryan Thompson for, I just think, being pussies and not wearing the pride patches or whatever it was that the Rays were asking all the players to wear for Pride Month. It's exactly why my little Say Hey record is in rainbow now, actually. And I just specifically don't like them now. They hid behind.
Bro, I don't ever see news like that. I don't know how I don't read shit because
I just have baseball news just in general on my timeline. So
I try to, but I guess my news is different. I don't know. I just didn't know anything about that.
It's been it was a thing like a couple days ago now. It's been 2 days now since it happened.
Oh, that makes sense, bro. I've been watching too many really funny dumbass videos for that morning session.
I mean, you live in a better world than I do, Cap. I'd be rather living in your world of dumbass videos. I'm seeing things that just annoy me, just piss me off. So I'm not going to back the Rays here. I do think the Cardinals at plus 130 is a good spot here, and I would not be surprised at all if
join me.
Oh, okay, it'll be interesting. I would not be surprised if Jeffrey Springs struggles here after getting heat from everyone else on the outside for I think a stupid decision for not sacking up and wearing a little patch. And maybe that's a hot take for people in the chat or whatever, but I think it's a very easy thing to wear a patch or whatever it was again to support gay people, the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, Moose just said it was religious reasons, man. I don't get into. You'll never hear me get into politics or anything, but I agree. Just put the fucking patch on, man. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, they said it was a face. I should say James Adam, who was their spokesperson, and I commend James Adam for being the guy that's out in front of this. But I just think they're all.
Bro, if it's religious reasons, man. If they're saying like they're Christians, like the only reason like homosexuality, like people don't know history, bro. Homosexuality is frowned on because the Romans wanted people to stop having butt fucking orgies. So like they pushed it when they got control of the Bible. That's all.
I will say this: wearing a patch does not. I read this and I thought it was a good article, and it basically said wearing the patch does not like mean that you're encouraging dudes to go out there and have sex. It just means that you are encouraging gay people and whoever to come out to the ballpark, and this is an inclusive space for them. So I just thought it was a crazy decision, and that's why I'm pretty anti-Ray, pretty anti them right now. So a little annoyed, but I
just don't like them because they can't hit.
Well, you have a better reason, I guess, not to like them in that aspect. These are just my personal feelings, and like I said, it's not. You can agree or disagree with me. It's the end of the day. It's just my thoughts, but I do think that the Cardinals at a plus 130 against the lefty. I know they've struggled against the last couple of lefties. Justin Steele or whatever it was screwed me. I got that actually. The bet, the 4.5 won, and it was really lucky. I got extra innings, but he dominated the Cardinals. And I've been saying Cardinals against the lefty are not a bet, but maybe not. But I think it's Cardinals are nothing for me, honestly.
Man, so look, I'll give you my reasoning, and this has nothing to do with the patch or anything. Cardinals are hitting 271 off lefties. I don't think Springs is I don't think he's a bad pitcher, but he's definitely not a 1.88 ERA guy like he has right now. That's completely unrealistic. He's been immaculate, man. 40 strikeouts, 8 walks. So going against him doesn't feel like, the smartest thing to do. But like I said, I think he's going to come back to reality, man. I think we're going to see some regression on him. He's a 4.8 or 4.08 ERA, like career guy coming into this season, or no, right now he is, even with this season. And I think that's more representative of who he is. And with the Cardinals, like I said, hitting 271 off lefties, I think they come get him today, man. The one thing that does scare me is Hudson, his splits on the road.
Yeah, I saw people talking about it today, and they're pretty drastic.
Yeah, but look, man, I think Milwaukee, the Mets, and San Francisco are different than the Rays, right? I know it could be a comfort zone thing. Like, sure, I get that, like a mound type thing, but let's go. Like, come on. It's not like that's not as big of a thing as people think. It is a little bit. Like, it is a little bit, but it's more so just like the atmosphere. Like, it's a lot of things, right? Like
I'm looking at the splits now, and I would be a little more concerned. Well, I'd be a little less concerned actually if the home runs, like if it was like 10 home runs to 2 home runs at home, I'd be like, oh, well, maybe it's a little bad luck, but it's 2 home runs both ways. And he has and for the people that don't know, it's a 1.35 at home and a 4.68 on the road, and 26 in the third at home and 25 on the road. So, make of that what you will. But yeah, I think those numbers will eventually even out too. I think he'll pitch better on the road, but
I mean, the Rays are hitting 226 off righties, right? And Hudson's still got hitters, like even with these splits, like overall, he's got hitters hitting 237 off of him. I think so. What I did here is I took the Cardinals' first 5. I took them plus a half a run. I think that since I got it at minus 105, that's just there's a lot of value in it. I wanted to take the Cardinals team total over 3.5. It was about the same juice, I think. I might even add that team total still because I really think they're going to put up a few runs on Springs today. But
what is the number of the team total again? Now that you say that, I do kind of like it. Like I said, I got lucky last time backing them in extra innings, but it's a low number, right?
Yeah, it's 3.5. It's 3.5. I had the Cardinals on the money line yesterday too. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I like that.
I had the Rays team total over 3.5 over the weekend, man, and it was like Friday or something. They got 1 run in the 7th, 1 run in the 8th. The game went tied into the 10th inning. They got 1 in the 10th. The game went tied into the 11th, and then they got another 1 in the 11th for me.
That's hilarious. Another one in the 11th. I mean, I think those extra innings, like I've heard a lot of people say, once you get into extra innings, like your unders are all screwed, and when you get extra innings, you're just back alive with overs and team totals. So I remember just thinking about this with the Red Sox. I had them last night, as you guys know, and they win 1-0. I was like in my head, I was like, man, wouldn't hate if the Angels scored, tied it up 1-1, and maybe you get a chance to cash both tickets. That was not meant to be because I guess the Angels were in the midst of hating their manager, but. I will say this. I do like the team total there. I do like it. And I officially did move on it, Cap. 3.5 at plus 105 for me.
Oh, man. I just saw Cashman just said plus 110 in the chat. I love that, man. I'm probably going to have to jump on it too at plus money. I'm on the first 5 right now. Yeah, I'm going to take that team total also. I'm going to. How much time do I have? Do I need to do it right now, or can I do it at the end of the show? Because when I say I'm going to take it, like I got to bet it. Should I do it right now?
The game's at 6:10 our time, so you got in about an hour.
Are we going to be done?
Yeah, I think so. Well, we've got a long card to go, so you can make it at the end of the show, I think. But maybe we'll perhaps make it while I'm talking about this next game, Tad.
There you go.
We'll talk about the second half of this doubleheader real quick, and I'm sure you might not have any thoughts on this because the first half of the doubleheader is still going, and it is currently 5-1 Guardians at the top of the 6th.
Damn, I really like the first 5 over in this game.
A little live line of plus 650 for the Rangers, if you fancy. And we'll talk about this game because I do like the Rangers in the second game, especially since their offense is kind of dormant right now. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to make this bet because I kind of wanted to wait and see and watch if the first game was over. But I like their team total here. They hit lefties pretty well, and we've got instead of Connor Pinkleton, we've had a little pitching change. It's now Kirk McCarthy. McCarthy, a created player from the Guardians lab. He's pitched this year at the Yankees. 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs off 2 home runs, 3 Ks, and 2 walks for good old Kirk here. I don't know much about Kirk. You can't say much about Kirk, I'll be honest. So if there's a Guardians fan in the chat, want to let us know more about Kirk, please do. But the Texas Rangers, these Texas Rangers Cabs are 7th against lefties this year, 132 weighted runs created plus. So, I mean, a team total here is what I would lean towards. But ultimately, I can't get there. Let me double check. I think you can get a.
This
You
book
can get
is ass, man. My book's ass that I have right here. It has a minus 115. You got a plus 105, and they have to use a different book. Screw this book, man.
That is hilarious. That's very relatable. That is crazy that you get a minus 115 and I get a plus.
God.
That's crazy. I get a minus 105 for the Rangers team total over 4. And that ultimately would be my play on this game. But I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting for sure. Cab, you've got nothing on this one?
Yeah, no, I got nothing on this, man. If I'm going to bet the Rangers, it's going to be a over in like the first 5, or it's going to be maybe a team total. You know, I'm not going to be backing the Rangers, even though they've been doing better. You know, Cleveland can put up runs too, so I wouldn't hate a first 5 over, just like I liked the first 5 over in the first game. I don't think the first 5 over in this one would be a bad play either.
It will be interesting. The chat's saying Guardians first 5. I should say saturated likes Guardians first 5. Moose Money says McCarthy has not been gone more than 5 1/3 in the minors. That's interesting. Les Man say good way to look at this one today. Ronnie and Burgess dialogue time. Jose, that my friend is a beautiful thing. I'm just saying, Karen Heath. Karen, you've got an oddly specific name if you're going to come at me here. But I will say this. Imagine if someone just opted out of Jackie Robinson.
How did that just happen? That's not real, bro.
Well, yeah, I mean, this
isn't real.
That's just the name, you know. That's whatever. But imagine if someone opted out of Military Appreciation Week. Said, "No, I'm going to opt out. I'm going to say no."
Stop arguing politics. Everyone, let's win some money. Who gives a shit?
That would be crazy. And Jose, let the poor guy bet. I'm sorry, Dabby's struggling with the minus 115 there. That's shit. I can't believe that you're getting a minus 115 over and I'm getting a plus 105, and Cashman, I think that was Cashman, and getting a plus 110.
It's bullshit, man. My book always screws me on these team totals that I have right here. So I had to I got another book. finally got a Bovada account, but it's like the website always won't let me fucking get on it. So
that's yep. That is the struggle of being a Bovada user. Me and my good friend Matthew, we talk about it all the time too. It's hilarious too because he's a gambling addict, as we all know, and he wakes up like early in the morning. He'll send me a text at like 6 in the morning. Bovada down. It is laugh.
Cashman asked me if it was here offshore, man. It's offshore, and I'm weird because I've been decently successful with this particular book, and they've always paid me, and like I like how they pay and everything. Like they get shit taken care of. So I'm just fucking weird. I know how bad the numbers are they give me too. Like fuck this book, man. But God, why do I keep using it? I need to switch. I'm so weirded out by other since I'm still in Texas, man. I'm worried that these other books won't actually pay me or something.
You know, Jonathan Lewis is mentioning the VPN route, and I have investigated the VPN route to at least watch MLB TV and not have to deal with blackouts. So blackouts and all that stuff are just the biggest pain in my ass. And I will say Jonathan Lewis on the right track there. And Dabby Cab, by the way, Paco is saying you need a local too. I know those are easy or hard to come by, but yeah.
I know a few, man. I know a few. I just don't use them. I'm lazy.
I will say this. I do have an adversarial relationship with my local. Shout out to, I think it was Gamblestein who sent that. He sent I can't believe he sent this. He sent a screenshot of his bookie. Basically,
don't tell us that, bro. Stop that sentence right there.
Well, you know, he's a good friend, but he sent a screenshot.
Stop. That's all I heard. I don't want to hear that.
His bookie was happy that he lost for the first time in like 2 weeks or whatever, and he sent him like a hard eyes. And I told him like if he sent me that, I would have told him just to go fuck himself right then and there.
What an asshole, bro.
Yeah, but no, I love Gamblestein, and you know the relationship between bookie and bettor is always an interesting thing. And if you guys have a local, let us know how you feel about him and what your relationship is in the chat. I'd love to hear that stuff. I think that's fascinating too. Let's move on. Oakland A's, Atlanta Braves here. Minus 260 for the Atlanta Braves here. Kyle Wright on the bump, and I can see why, obviously. I mean, let's start with Braves numbers against lefties. Third, 151 weighted runs created plus there in the Jose split. So very comprehensive. And the Braves are in the middle of a winning streak. I believe it's 5 games. I'll double check that while I'm speaking.
Well, I don't know if that's the winning streak, but in the last 5 games, they're hitting 292 as a team. I have that written down.
Yeah, they've been great. They're starting to turn around the ship, and 5 straight, 7-3 in their last 10. Just we've slow start, whatever. The team's kind of getting adjusted to their new reality with no Freeman, Olsen coming there, and all that stuff. And obviously, they've started getting healthy again with Acuna and all those guys coming back. So it all makes sense of why they're starting to turn around too. Kyle Wright's been great this year. He can blow up every once in a while, but he still has rounded out into being a good pitcher and a pitcher that the Braves will be able to count on during the postseason. So let's start with at the Arizona Diamondbacks last time out, 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 5 Ks, 5 walks, always a concern. You hate to see that. And that's when Kyle Wright is the most maddening to bet when he walks people. It's just so annoying. Versus the Phillies before that, 6 2/3, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, a home run, 5 Ks, 2 walks there. And versus Swervin Irvin, who I feel like I have not seen my guy Cole Irvin in a long time. It's been a while since I've seen Cole. What do you have on Cole Irvin, Cab? While I look up, I think he's probably coming off an IL, but what do you have on Cole Irvin specifically, or even this game in general?
Look, man. The way I looked at this, if I was gonna play it, it would maybe be the Braves team total over or the A's team total under. Like, I don't know why I don't really want any action on the side here. Obviously, I lean the Braves, but at minus 260, like if I'm gonna fuck with them, I might as well just go on their team total here. I think the Braves could hit that team total over. I also think the A's could hit the team total under. So I like both. Haven't played either.
By the way, DX Filer saying last week's the first time he beat me in 2 months. He can have his heart emoji. See, that's maturity right there. That is maturity from DX Filer right there. Good to get along with your.
Not immaturity like me when we were in the chat, and I thought I put one of our shows in there, and I was like, "Hey, come out!" And somebody was talking about the pitcher, and they said, "Get this guy the fuck out of here!" And I thought he was talking about me, and I was like, "Blow me!"
Oh yeah. Oh man, God!
And then I realized he was talking about a pitcher. I was like, "My bad."
Oh goodness! See what an interesting show this is. This is honestly, I can say this confidently, just not my favorite baseball card of the year. I just not a lot of bets jumping out to me today, and the bets that do interest me, or I guess the teams that I want to back, are obviously priced out of this, priced out of my price range. If you want to say it like that, Cole Irvin, I guess if you can want to back the A's, he's had moments of brilliance. What are you laughing at, Cab?
Real Deal said you can't unblow, so it's done. Because I said my bad. He's like, you can't undo it. Man, that's somebody else's like interesting response, Cab. I was like, hey, it could have been worse, right? Like, I mean, I didn't go off on him. I was just short and sweet. Like, hey, fucking blow me.
Well,
but yeah, it was right. A misplaced blow me. Once you
open that Pandora's box, you can't go back.
Okay? Yeah.
You cannot go back. Cole Irvin, and by the way, complete wrong. He pitched on the first. I just feel like I just never see him. I don't know why. And I'm capping baseball every day too. It's weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for him.
Yeah, I guess it's just the fact that he pitches on the Oakland A's just makes him very forgettable. Yeah. Trade piece though. I think he's an interesting pitcher for sure. 5 2/3, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 2 Ks, 2 walks versus the Houston Astros. Yeah, they played both Texas teams. How nice. And versus the Rangers, 6 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 4 Ks, and no walks there. So I'm ultimately going to pass on this game. I could see Braves team totals for sure, but I actually wrote that down as a lean, I believe, but it was a little bit too high for me. But I think it's just ultimately a pass at the end of the day. Just too juiced. Kyle Wright, appropriately priced now. Can't take advantage of those early season lines, and maybe I mean you can talk me into a dog, but just pass.
Yeah, no, I'm out. You heard me. Team total.
Right, no, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Team total. That's your MO, Cab. That's your niche, and I bet the team totals frequently, so I shouldn't even say it's your niche. It's a great.
They're the best thing to do, man. You're cutting down your variables.
Yeah, right. I think the best indicator of why I like to bet team totals is when the Red Sox. I bet the team total for the White Sox, I believe, and the Red Sox were up like 13-0, and I was still like, "Come on, White Sox, just get 3 runs." So you're never out of it. You're never out of it.
That's what I'm talking about. You're cutting down your variables. You only need one fucking thing. You don't need like both sides.
Yeah, for sure. And shout out to Nutflush Allen, of course. New York Yankees, Minnesota Twins here. And did I write this wrong? Is this game? This is in New York?
As far as I know, this was one of the ones I couldn't get pictures on earlier for some reason. I don't know if it was because Sands wasn't up or something, but I backwooted it. I don't got shit on this.
Minnesota. Okay, so I wrote this down right. I just have the graphics wrong. Interesting. Okay, so this is at Minnesota. That makes this a little more interesting, I guess. Jameson Taillon versus Cole Sands here. And I wrote down Yankees run line, and you guys know I don't often bet on the Yankees. And when I do, it seems like I bet them on the run line. I'll dive into my stats more when I have a little more time during, maybe an all-star break, when I have like 2 days off the show, perhaps. I'll be able to just do some research and dive into the numbers, what I've won, what I've lost on, all that good stuff. But Yankees run line seemed very interesting to me. Cole Sands, he's had his appearances at Detroit last time out, 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 Ks, 4 walks. Versus the Houston Astros, he went 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 4 Ks, no walks. That 1 earned run came off of a home run. The Yankees are swinging a hot bat, and I could easily see them just rolling over here. The Twins team we all know the stats.
Go with the team total. Fuck a side. Fuck a run line. Go get your runs and get out.
Oh, what is it here? 5.5?
Probably. That's what it's got to be, right? It's got to be. No, bro. It's probably 4.5, man.
4. Yeah, it's a 4.5 or 4.
It's not 5.5. It's 4.5. And if you're gonna take a 4, you might as well take a 5 here.
Oh no, it is. They'll price you out, Cap. 4.5 is a -130. 5 -105, 5.5 is +120. So that makes sense. Yeah. I would just stay off this game. I think Taillon's been electric, obviously. He's lived up to the pitcher that he was drafted to be. You can see I'm looking at a first 5 -0.5 at -120. I've seen a lot of people on that, and I think I'm going to stay off. I could also see a first 5 over 4.5 at -120 too. And that's just purely based on the Yankees being able to get to Sands. I think the Yankees could get 5 off of him in the first 5. We all know how quick strike their offense is. And even if you
think they're going to get 5 in the first 5, you just said the team total was 4.5, 5, or 5.5.
There you go. See, there's another example. So I'm not going to bet it, but there's just another example of why you like team totals a lot more.
Yeah, I don't know. Real Deal said he's got Yanks in a parlay. I could see anybody using them like that. If I was going to be on a side, it would obviously be the Yankees here. Maybe like a first 5 run line. But
by the way, Noli's expedition, his crusade. Just bet
he's
more
right, man. I think about how I need to all the time. I don't know why I don't.
To, Dennis Garcia, I believe it is, because he and Jimmy said this on a previous show. I saw Dennis tweeting about this. He just says, why cap anything? I'll just bet all the unders for every player prop in the National Basketball Association, and he got like 90% or whatever it was, like just a shitload of units. So yeah, the unders are the way to go. Noli is right about that. Making unders great again, one day at a time. Shout out to Topset does not like the Yankees today, and Cashman he said don't take the Yankees today. Cashman on the Yankees team total over 4.5 there. MGM -125, just an example of why those casinos and such are much better than Bovada, and 5.5 at +125 there. So, yeah, I like that. Eric Rosas saying take the Twins, reverse long run line. There you go. I like that. All right, next game on our slate: Dodgers White Sox here. Dodgers Mitch White, who has been officially stretched out. Now he's going 4 or 5 innings. Not a bullpen day anymore, really. Versus the Pirates, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, a home run there, 7 Ks, 2 walks. A pretty good start, actually, for Mitch White standards, but not against the Buccos, who won that game. Never forget. At the Arizona Diamondbacks, before that, he goes 4, 2 hits, no earned runs, 2 Ks, 2 walks. And we've got Kopech on the other side, who arguably is one of the more electric pitchers in baseball, if not the most electric. His stuff is great. He's turned into a good pitcher. He got crushed against the Blue Jays last time out, but I fully expect him to bounce back We'll talk about his start at the Yankees first. 7 innings, 1 hit ball, no earned run, 6 Ks, 2 walks. And then he followed that up with a start at the Blue Jays. 3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 2 of them home runs, 4 Ks, 4 walks there. I remember a lot of people being on the Blue Jays that day too. So shout out to you guys who were. I do like Kopech today. A plus money is a good price for him. I believe Sports Insight said that it is full line value on the White Sox today too. So take that with what you will. I'm not on this game as well, unfortunately. I'm staying cautious today, I guess. Nothing really stood out to me today. And like we always say, don't want to force shit. I don't want to give out a play that I'm just trying to reach out and try to.
Cautious for you. Cautious for you is still like double the amount of plays most people have in a day.
It's true. Cautious for me, I will sleepwalk into 7 plays, but I am
what are you doing?
Keeping it tight. Won't do it, Cab. Won't do it.
He's like, I only got 8 plays today, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like
that's the volume betting life, guys. Sorry, normally I've got 15, but only 8. Whatever.
All right, so yeah, no, I'm not on this one either, man. And I'm not gonna apologize for not being on this one. I've only got 4 plays today now, and I promised I was gonna stay at 3, so I've got 1 too many already, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not on this one either, man. I shout out to Noli again. As he says that, I would maybe look first 5 under here, but I don't know what to expect out of White, and that's why I don't know what I want to do here with this one.
Yeah, I don't either. I really don't either. I think it's going to be interesting. I will say this, Eric Rosas, I didn't know you're a mini fan, so shout out to you. Don't know many Minnesota Twins fans, but I will say this, Wine Time Sports, thanks for joining us, saying weird line on the White Sox plus 105. I do think it is a weird line. It is, and I would say it seems like the plus 105 is a little too inviting to bet on. I don't know. I just don't understand it. And I understand, obviously, the Dodgers are fucking a juggernaut. 5th against righties, 127 weighted runs created plus. The White Sox are struggling, 22nd against righties, 90 weighted runs created plus. I don't know, man. I just think it's interesting. Is it a factor that these just really good teams can hit velocity? I don't know. But I think it's going to be a stay-off game for me, a fun game to watch for sure to see how that series go. White Sox need to get going soon if they want to win that division. I will say that. Get going soon, White Sox. Don't worry. Next game on our slate, Phillies Brewers here. Ranger Suarez versus Jason Alexander here, Cap. And I should clear out because the Brewers are your squad. I mean,
stop. Why? And everybody always says that. Just because they drafted me doesn't mean I fucking like them. I don't have any fucking.
You're playing right field for them, Cap. Hunter Renfroe, I believe, back in the lineup now. So shout out to Hunter Renfroe. And you and him, I've never seen you guys in the same room. So I don't know that you guys are the same person. That's just me.
Anyways, look, man. One way I would maybe look at this would be a first 5 over, or maybe their team total over on this. I'm not on this game. The Brewers are not my team. Suarez is definitely a fade for me. The Brewers are at home. I think they could easily put some runs up today. So maybe a first 5 over, or the Brewers team total over. If they didn't fuck me every motherfucking time I bet them, maybe I'd have a little bit more respect in them. But they fuck me every single time. So I'm like 1 in 8 when I'm involved in games with them. I'm not gonna keep trying because people are like, oh, you just keep betting the Brewers. I'm like, I don't fucking keep betting the Brewers. 1, 2, they're not my team. Fuck. So no.
So you're telling me right now, Cab, that you have never played right field for the Brewers?
No.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know about that. Noli's has brought up a good point. Milwaukee versus left-handed pitchers, which Ranger Suarez it is. During the Jose split, June 15th to today, Ranger Suarez, I should say the Milwaukee Brewers against lefties, 27th, 73 weighted runs created plus. Not good. And while the Phillies are not doing any better, since June 15th, they're 25th against righties, 86 weighted runs created plus. That number is going up slowly. And I'm sure if I split it down to just when Joe Girardi got fired till today, that number would be astronomical. So I think it's a Phillies spot. And I see Kyle Hantley putting a 1K bet on the Brewers. And I'm not going against that. I don't want anything to do with this game. I think it's going to be an interesting game for sure. Shout out to Kyle Henley with his fucking ginormous bets. I can't wait to meet Kyle Henley in person in September because I just want to sweat out something with Kyle. I just want to see what he's like sweating out $1,000 and I'm sweating out my fucking measly rubles on a game.
Huh.
Fucking hilarious. Shout out to Kyle, man. I can't wait. It's going to be a fun time in September.
Keep tabs on, like, you know, Jose's coming down there. And if you're like, hey, like, here's like, you know, something that's really popular to eat in fucking Boston. Well, he's not going to eat it. So don't.
Yeah. I clam chowder or whatever, or lobster rolls, all that shit.
He's not doing it.
I'm out. Sorry. But I am looking forward to having food on the North End.
What do you mean you're looking forward to it? You're going to get chicken strips.
Some Italian, some pasta. You know? You leave me alone, Cab. You leave me alone in my eating habits. I'm a weirdo. I'm a weirdo for a lot of things. Sorry. That's what it is. Chris Flexen and the Seattle Mariners, the Seamen, as they're called around these areas, versus the Houston Astros. Justin Verlander, a pitcher I have not been able to back successfully, and it's been the bane of my existence, and I have decided I just won't do it.
Good.
He's usually too juiced to back. I understand how great he is, but when I have tried to back him, it always seems like he folds like a fucking flapjack. So
stay away.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll pass. Chris Flexen is facing the Houston Astros for the 3rd time this season. That's not ideal. And now I'm saying all this to say maybe it's an overlook here. I don't know. Maybe it's a sneaky overlook. But he's
no, I'm just telling you to stay away because I'm on the Astros. I don't want you to be anywhere near this shit.
Oh no, yeah, of course. You know, we don't do well on the same side apparently, Cat. We've got some hexes.
No, we do fine on the same side. Not here. We don't. You cursed me, man. I started losing because of you. I blame you. My losing streak that I had was because you bet the Astros with me, and Verlander was covering by 2 runs, and then he gave up back-to-back homers with 2 outs, and it was your fault. And I blame you 100% for everything bad that happened after that.
Just to answer HD Tube's question, I am confirmed not from Boston, born in Venezuela, so not from Boston. I'm sorry. And I'm saying all this. I have my 2004 ALCS shirt on. I have a fucking Red Sox hat on. I look as Boston as they come, as you know. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and you're a fan of the Celtics and all the other teams. Anyways, I took the Astros here, man. I took the Astros in the first 5.
Show this has been. What a meandering. We've just gone all over the place this show. It's been very interesting.
Listen, if I'm the one steering it back, that's not a good thing.
You're right, Cav. I'm sorry. I'll be a better host. And we'll
No, I didn't mean it like that. I mean it like trust me.
No, but you're right. You're right. Yeah, I've got to lock it down, guys. Lock it up. Like in the Wedding Crashers. Lock it up.
There you go. Man, I took the Astros for 5. You know, you saw what the Mariners did. This is kind of one of those flip scenarios, like 3 games ago with Syndergaard when I took him. He didn't get out of the first inning with the Rangers, and then they played again, the very next start of his, and I backed him, and he did good. Verlander got shelled by this same Seattle Mariners team. I mean, they jacked him last time. They tore the cover off the ball.
I'll tell you right now, Cab, last time out, 6 innings, 10 hits, 6 earned runs, 4 home runs there, 6 Ks, a walk, and that's been – it's Verlander, Scherzer, all these old dudes.
Right.
When they're so good, the only problem they have is just giving up an occasional home run every once in a while, and people trying to expand it out to being more of a thing. And it's not, Verlander's not really giving up that many home runs. He had 1 year where it was just like an epidemic for him. But I think he bounces back here. I think Justin Verlander is the kind of guy that's been like, fuck that. They got me last time. I'm going to dominate them. And he dominated earlier. He dominated them earlier this year in Seattle. I remember that because that was the last game. I was like, all right, I'm not going to fade Justin Verlander anymore. I'm all set.
I hope he gets 2 outs, then hits the 3rd guy in the fucking head, and then gets the 3rd out, and then he rolls through these guys. That's where this is going, and that's kind of why, I'm on the Astros first 5. I just need him to give me some damn runs. Flexen did pitch good against the Astros last game. The Astros are that Jekyll and Hyde team when it comes to scoring runs. Just get me some damn runs. I took them in the first 5. I got minus 125, which is not ideal, but half a run for first 5 in the Astros with Verlander is what I'm on here.
Yeah, let's move on. And before we do, and I'm sorry that I keep meandering, I'll say this. Kyle Henley asked if I liked fried calamari. All seafood I'm out on. And I will say this. I've never had fried calamari, but I'll pass. And I'm that kind of kid, unfortunately. Example, my like opening line whenever I meet someone new, I'm like, oh, hey, my name is Jose. One fun fact about me, I've never eaten eggs before. And then that freaks everyone out. That's like, people look at me like I'm a fucking witch. And, maybe rightfully so, but it is very funny to tell people. And I'm excited to see what happens in the chat right now when I say I've never had scrambled eggs, over easy. Breakfast tacos.
He says he doesn't like it, but you've never eaten it. That's the only
Yeah.
thing that I got hung up on. How the fuck are you
my
going to say you don't like
for the
something
last
if you don't?
24 years? My mom and I have been battling about this for 24 years.
Bro, you're going to bite into something one day and you're going to be like, oh my God, this tastes so good. What have I been missing? Like, what, do you not eat fruit too?
No,
Do you eat anything?
I fully expect that to happen too.
Do you eat fruit?
I do, yeah. Fruit's phenomenal. Most fruits are phenomenal. Salads I'm out on, of course. I mean, that goes without question.
Okay. All right, good.
Next game, Blue Jays, Royals here. Manoah Keller. And I thought Brad Keller was going to be great this year. Well, not great. I thought he was going to be better than 1-6. I thought he was going to be better than 1-6 with a 4.15 ERA. I thought he'd be the best pitcher on the staff, and arguably you could say he is, but I expected him to pitch better. And when I backed him, I don't think I've won this year. And again, I'll look at my numbers. I've got them all in my little spreadsheet, and I can gladly share the spreadsheet if you guys want to look at it too. But I don't think that's very interesting. At Cleveland, last time out for Brad Keller, 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 home runs allowed there, 3 Ks, 3 walks. At Minnesota, 4 innings, 11 hits, 6 runs, 2 home runs, 3 Ks, 3 walks. That feels like it's been his whole season, right there. 6 innings, 4 innings, couple earned runs, and when you're backing the Royals, who offensively are already struggling, and your pitcher's going to give up like 2-3 runs, you're just like, well, I can't bet him first 5. I've got a shitty bullpen to back him up. I don't want to bet him full game. So it's just ultimately another stay off spot for me. And if you bet the Blue Jays, I can't dissuade you. I mean, Alek Manoah has been a fucking machine. He's a high school bully. If Alek Manoah ever saw me, I think he would give me a wedgie.
You got like 2.5, right? Is the run line's 2.5, isn't it?
Let me see here. I'll pull up because I bet you the 1.5 is probably ridiculous if you're telling me that. But yeah, Alek Manoah, if he ever saw me in public, he'd give me a wedgie just out of like pure instinct. Yeah, -1.5 is -140. So if you want a 2.5, you can get that at +110, which obviously is better. But it's just nothing for me here. The Royals being at home is, I guess, a little bit of an interesting note here, but can't do it.
So shout out to Ski. He came on the morning sesh with us, and he was talking about it. The I don't know the exact number, but the Braves, the Blue Jays team total has hit like so many games. It's gone over the like 12 of the last 14 or something crazy. I don't know the exact number, man, but he's right on with that. The Braves. Why do I keep saying that shit, man? I'm not thinking right now. The Blue Jays team total
is thinking about me not eating the chicken tendies and stuff, or all this shit I'm not eating, or whatever it is,
Yeah, and then on the flip side, the Royals, they keep giving up runs, man. So instead of having to deal with the 2.5, I'd probably look at the Blue Jays team total on this one. Also, I'm off, but that's where I'd go.
I love how the more people learn about me, as Paco Healy illustrates here, the stock has fallen. The stock has fallen today. I love it. Big timer. Eggs are in everything. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I think it's hilarious to see the reactions here. Maybe I'm a serial killer, guys. That's what you guys are figuring out. Maybe people that don't eat eggs, serial killers. Who knows? I'm sorry to all the people I've disappointed today, especially Paco, because I know Paco's in the Hispanic Alliance, the Latino Alliance with me, and I'm sure he's really disappointed me today. Let's move on because, again, I'm sorry. I truly apologize. I do not have anything on these games. I'm just telling you guys pictures and game logs here, and I wish that I could give you more analysis and bets that I would bet on or that I am betting on. It just today just did not seem like a day that I have any sort of advantage anywhere, or
Well,
have an
you
advantage.
already put the Cubs, so you can go ahead and get on that first 5.
You're right. You're right there. I am on the Cubs.
You can go ahead and get on that first 5 with the Cardinals with me.
I will pass there. I will gladly pass there.
Get their team total and just stay
that has already happened.
The Astros.
That has already happened. That has happened. Let's talk about finally a game that I have bets on. And fucking obviously, if you look at my getup, you can easily see I'm on the Red Sox here. I took the money line, and Bovada has bounced that line to -130. I got that earlier today at -118 with Jimmy, I believe. Let me double check here on the top of my notes. Yeah, -118. I think that's interesting. because after the news of Joe Maddon being fired, I was like, oh, okay. I don't feel as great about my Red Sox bet anymore. I could easily see a bounce back here. And like I said early on in the show, fucking an hour ago, for the people joining us, I'm on the over here 8.5. And I feel better about it now that Joe Maddon's gone. I think that both these offenses are going to have a little bit of pep in their step. Total is at 9 now. I like it there still. I think that I don't know how big of a concern it is, but I think Garrett Whitlock, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run not earned, no strikeouts last time out versus the Cincinnati Reds is a concern. He had no walks too, so obviously that's a good sign, I guess. But he fills up the zone a lot, and like I think I told you, Cab, the scouting report on Garrett Whitlock is kind of out. He throws strikes.
Yeah.
And that is a fucking great quality about him. It's my favorite quality about Garrett Whitlock here. But he throws strikes, so swing the bat. And that is what teams are doing. And, whether it works or not, that just depends on the team, I guess. The shitty teams are having more of a struggle against Whitlock, and I think he should be the closer, to be honest. But 6 innings, no Ks, and not fooling any bats is a little concerning. And I think the Angels offense is a team that can take advantage of them with, Ohtani, Trout. And I think that Trout will have a good game tonight. I think it's not just because, he hated Joe Maddon, he's gone now, that's why. No, I think it'll be a little bit of a responsibility. He's the leader in that clubhouse. He needs to get the guys going. So I think Trout has a good game tonight as well. What about you, Cap?
Man, so yesterday I did not bet the Angels because I'm not betting a team when they're playing that bad, but I kind of liked the Angels just because I thought Syndergaard was going to have a bounce back start, which he did. He did great. He did phenomenal. The Angels gave up 1 run yesterday, and they didn't score a fucking run because that's how bad they have been lately. And yes, their coach got fired, and there's an angle there maybe thinking they're going to score because of that. But, I don't see how you can do anything but bet the Red Sox in this situation. Until the Angels win, there's no fucking way I'd put any money on them. I'm off this game. I got nothing to do with it.
That's lovely. By the way, Kyle Hintlian asking another question. Steak? I do eat steak, Kyle. And by the way, Dabby Cab, good steak cooker. Good steak
Thank you.
No problem. I do eat most meats, just not seafood.
That's how immature I am. I laughed at that.
Pause there if you want to do that as well. I really do think that the Angels are going to come out of here a little well. And Phil Nevin is the bench coach. For people that don't know, Phil Nevin was the Yankees' third base coach last year. The Yankees did not pick up his contract, and now he went to the Angels. And I think it's a little interesting that Phil Nevin is the guy here because, just an example, the Yankees kind of cleaned their assistant coaches out and brought in a bunch of new voices. And now they're suddenly hitting well and doing all the stuff well, all the best team in baseball. And now Phil Nevin is going to be a head coach here. I don't know. I'll just say this. I had a future on the Angels to make the playoffs, plus 110. Not a big future, whatever you want to call it. I felt great about it a month ago. Now I'm marking that as a loser. They are not making the playoffs anymore, and that is sad. I hope that this front office does something to add some players, maybe some pitching arms to get it going. But we'll see here, Cab. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting game.
I'm sorry, man. The chat.
No, you're laughing. What are you laughing at?
The chat, man. The chat's got me rolling right now. I can't help it.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I do love meat, of course. Chorizo is good money. Paco Healy. And then you said carne asada earlier. That's also good money as well. But
anyways,
I'm a big Al Pastor guy. If we're talk tacos too, but I am getting slowly hungrier and hungrier. Doesn't like fish, but loves meat. That's the moose money. That is me. That's my story, and I'll stick it to it. Next game, Mets Padres here. I kind of want to let you take the floor here, to be honest. I kind of want to let you. I want to sit back here because this is your guy, and you're not backing him today, Kev. What are you doing?
Look, man, it's too much, dude. Like I backed him last game. He's gone 7-1-1 for me this year, backing him, which is fucking incredible. The push was the one on the push right there was last game. The Padres didn't score any runs, man. I think it was 0-0 at the end of the fifth, and thank God I took the money line. And I took a juice money line last time at like minus 130 or 135, And that's the same thing it is today, man. It's minus 130. I don't even know what the juice is on the first 5, but you're having to take a run line essentially here. I think it's even more in the first 5. And as much as I want to back, I like the Padres. I think they're a good team. I think they find ways to win baseball games. I think there's situations where I'll play their team total, and I always back Darvish, but man, fuck, I can't get on a run line with them right now. They're not scoring any damn runs lately, like at all. Like, so I just can't do it. If I could have a money line at a reasonable price, I'd be all over it. No doubt. No doubt.
This seems like a mess.
I'm going to hate myself whenever he hits this, man. I should be blind betting this. He's gone 7-1-1 for me. That's incredible. I bet him first 5 every game but one this year. And the one game I didn't bet him, he covered that one also. So
I'll be honest, this feels like a Mets spot, Cap. And I'm kind of glad that you're not on it. I thought you would be. First are the Mets against righties during the Jose split, 133 weighted runs created plus. As we mentioned, the Padres can't hit shit, 29th, 76 weighted runs created plus against lefties, or against righties, excuse me. I can't do it. Walker's pitched well, too, and I use the Dodgers kind of as a benchmark. If you pitch well against the Dodgers, I think you're a good pitcher. That's not a hot take there. 5 2/3, 7 hits, 2 run runs, 2 Ks, 1 walk. Last time out for Walker at the Dodgers. That's impressive. That's an impressive start for me. And if I had to take a spot here, it is 100% dog or pass here. But you mentioned Darvish's Sterling record this year. Honestly, Cap, for your sake,
that's his first 5 record. That's his first 5 record. He's blown up in the 6 several games, but I don't give a shit. I'm talking about the first 5.
Yeah, exactly. And Top Set saying, listen to yourself. They can't score runs. 100%. I would be on the Mets here. No,
or under. Or an under.
Of course. That's a decent side look as well. But I'd 100% dog or pass, and I would take full game for the Mets because of what you said, Darvish's Sterling first 5 record. And like I said, and I was saying, for your sake, Cap, I hope that Darvish gets crushed here.
I did too.
I hope he gets dominated here, and the next time you get a good price.
Me too. I hope he does too, because I'll slam the shit out of it, and I'll feel wonderful for being off of it, and I'm going to feel like an asshole for not being on it if he covers. So thank you for that.
Moose Money saying, and I'm glad that we have a source inside the Padres clubhouse. I should say, that's Ronnie and Bergia. Mets are my
the
team.
Mets are so good, man. I had their team total yesterday at 3.5.
Ronnie, are you on the Mets here? Let us know, Ronnie, or let me know. I think you put your plays in the chat, but let us know. But as Moose Money is, I was going to try to get here. When the Padres have clubhouse meeting, it's time to play beer pong. They're much better vibes than the Mets or the Marlins, excuse me. So I am very excited. That game's about to start here soon, and you should make your Cardinals bet here soon if you haven't. Your Cab.
I already did it.
Beautiful. Good. All right, next game and our very last game. German Marquez, Carlos Rodon, and this has been a marathon show for what we're used to here on Say Hey Plays. And I thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button while you guys are here. And thank you guys, as always, for watching. I appreciate you guys. German Marquez versus Rodon here. And Cab, correct me if I'm wrong, but Rodon started like 4-0 this year. And now he's 4-4, 3.44 ERA.
Oh, yeah, I've been fading. I've been taking team totals against him lately. They've been cashing. I've been fading him.
Yeah. I mean, I've said throughout the year that I'm not a big Carlos Rodon guy, even when he was dominating. I tried to fade him at several points when he was dominating, and that obviously didn't work out. But I have not bet on or against him since his slide happened, which obviously is my fault for being a coward. But 4-4, the 3.44 ERA. Last time out versus the Phillies at the Phillies, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. Only one of them earned a K and a walk, and that was a Phillies team that was struggling. Just remember that. That was with Joe Girardi, I believe. So that's a whole different squad now. And at the Cincinnati Reds, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, a home run, 2 Ks, 3 walks. 10th are the Giants against righties, 110 weighted runs created plus. And the Colorado Rockies with German Marquez are 18th against lefties, 103 weighted runs created plus. I wanted to take the over here, Cap. I think this is an over game here. Marquez is obviously a pitcher that everyone and their mom want to fade. He's not been great this year. Peter Loshap said
is your first 5 at 3.5 or 4? What is it at? 4.5, 4, 3.5?
Let's see here. Rockies, San Francisco Giants, first 5 over 4.5 for me at -105.
And the total's at 8. Yeah, they know these guys are going to get rocked, bro. Yeah, I would look over in the first 5 also, maybe a Rockies team total, or maybe take the the plus a run or plus a half a run on the run line in the first 5 with the Rockies. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Rockies don't hit on the road like they do at home. Obviously, that's your one big fear here. But
I think you can't take the Rockies with Marquez. I think the
no,
Cats,
fuck.
yeah,
I
the
don't know what
Cats
I'm
been
even
saying
saying with
it.
that. No, fuck that. Team
Yeah,
total.
no, you've been fading Rodon obviously, but Marquez is just someone you
Horrible.
cannot trust this year. So
I wasn't even thinking when I said that, honestly. And I don't have a bet on this, so that's why I kind of slipped out. No, I would look Rockies team total if I was going to bet this, probably, or maybe like a
Woodworker is on the rocks. Dejan, are you on money line? What are you on, Dejan? I think someone said Ronnie and Bergia a safety plus 1.5 here. Kyle Hillian says Rodon shows tonight. Well, remember that? I don't remember that. Brothers BKL Contreras, thanks for watching us. Go Giants, take the Giants. Seriously, not the Rockies, Jose and Dab. No, we won't take that.
I'm not taking it. That slipped out of my mouth. I'm not taking anything.
And Kyle Hillian wants to pull a Daryl. I don't give a fucking shit what the spread is. In this case, I don't give a fucking shit what the odds are. He's taken Los Rockies. So that's a good spot there. I mean, and DJN saying he's off the game. I'd go San Francisco run line if anything. I mean, yeah. Come on, this is a Rockies or not a Rockies, excuse me, a Giant spot for sure. First 5 minus the halves minus 160 for me. So, yeah, let's conclude the show here, Cap, because it's been a very interesting show.
Fun. It's been fun
to say the least. It's been a very interesting show. First, let's give a shout out to our guys at Dr. Squatch. Of course, go to the link in our description. Use our guys Dr. Squatch soaps. Sign up for a subscription. They use all natural soaps. Fantastic. They look cool. You've got the Black Hole, Area 51, Mars Bar, Moon Rock. We've got Dabby Cab in the corner there, displaying it. And I will say this, Dabby Cab, there's been national research going on by the National Research Polls that everyone cites, obviously, saying that if you use Dr. Squatch, people are more likely to talk to you of the opposite sex, whether that be men, women, whoever it is. They'll talk to you more. And they will say that you smell fantastic. And they'll actually say, is that Dr. Squatch? And you'll say, yes, that is Dr. Squatch. Go to the link in our description today. Use them. It is a fantastic soap. And I cannot wait for my package to come in.
Bro, there's no way that soap isn't designed for stoners. I've never looked at a soap and been like, hey, I might buy that. Like, yeah, I might buy that soap. That soap looks dope. They need to make my weed baggies.
That's... hey, let's just say Dr. Squatch and I, match made in heaven. Match made in heaven. I've got 4 plays on this card, Cab. A bunch of leans. And I will say this, Cab. I did write Chicago first 5 money line as a lean, so I'm glad that I did, and I'm looking back at it now. We're both on it now. I'll start off, and I've got a bunch of leans here. I'll start off with the leans. Texas team total in the game 2. I mentioned that. I like the over there. I like the San Francisco Giants team totals as well, 4.5 and 5. 4.5 is minus 130, so I was like, bleh. And 5 plus 110. I also like Detroit, Pittsburgh first 5 under, 3.5 minus 110, but 3.5 just a little low for me. Yankees run line as well, also a lean. And my lean, when I was talking about it earlier, when I said I like kind of like a team total under here, it was Rockies first 5 team total under 1.5. It's at minus 125, so just too juicy for me. But yeah, I like the Giants and all those leans are to say I like the Giants today as well, but I didn't move on them officially. My 4 official plays, we've got Red Sox money line at minus 118. Bet that earlier today with Jimmy the Bag, obviously, and the over 8.5 at minus 114. So go watch the show earlier today for those explanations. Chicago first 5 minus 125. Cabby and I riding with the Cubs and Keegan Thompson. We're betting on a Keegan in the year of our Lord 2022. And lastly, the St. Louis Cardinals team total over 3.5 at plus 105. They are smashing against lefties, and I have a whole bunch of feelings on the Rays that no one wants to hear, but I'll say them anyways. So it'll be a great time. It'll be a fun game to watch, and I want to watch the Miami Marlins game, which I believe is starting soon. I've got another bar pup staring at me right now, a lovely little pug staring at me. So I'm going to go say hello to a pug. Yeah. I'm going to go say hello to that bar pup, And I'm going to go do some other things and cap tomorrow's card, hopefully, and have a great day. That's what I'm going to do, Cab. What are you going to do with the rest of your day? And where can people find you, by the way?
Man, Dabby Cab on Twitter, and then the Nightcap. So Jose, since you're gonna just be hanging out with the pug, you should just come hang out with us, man. We'll have the playoff game on.
Cab, I've got a question. Is the nightcap's not on Wednesday, right? Because I think I need to do a live stream or something. I need to do something Wednesday for the game, and that might be a playback day, Cab. Because
do it.
I'm going to go live, and I've slowly descended into psychoticness with this Celtics Warriors series.
So that'll be fun.
It has driven me insane. I was a better baseball capper before it started, and right now I've been performing worse. We're gonna have a great day today, as like you say, because you've helped me out tremendously on this card.
Yeah,
and thank you, Joe Maddon, for getting fired, for making me feel better about the Red Sox. And Phil Nevin's just not a good coach too. So Red Sox today. But I turned into a crazy person, and I have not gone this close to a basketball championship since obviously the Celtics Lakers series, when Meta World Peace Ron Artest took my heart and threw it on the ground as a little boy. But it'll be a fun matchup to see here. It's going to be fun. And by the way, HD Tube, your credit as a Celtics fan has declined since you've never lived in Boston. I'm sorry, HD Tube. You know, I can't pick where I live. I'm only a 24-year-old boy.
Well, I was about to say, what do you mean you can't pick where you live? What the hell kind of excuse is that?
I could not pick where I live. My bad. If I could have lived in Boston, I would. The Salem Red Sox, you know, shout out to my single A baseball. Salem Red Sox got me going, and it was only right that I followed the other Boston team. So shout out to the Salem Red Sox, and shout out to Roger Clemens too, my close personal friend.
God damn.
What? I mean, it's me and Roger. We're close personal friends. Me, Roger, Cody, Colby.
You, him, and Pablo, right?
Well, not Sandoval. Definitely not. Oh, no, definitely not Pablo Sandoval. I'll fight Pablo Sandoval if I see him. That's just Venezuelan beef right there. You know that. But you know that's what it is. You know. Thanks everyone for watching. You know, I appreciate all you guys as always. It's been a great time. Interesting show, of course. But I cannot wait to come back here tomorrow. Tuesday. Let's say today Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Seamus on tomorrow, I believe. Seamus Ignoramus.
There you go.
Back with me, a Boston guy. A Boston guy on the day of the Celtics. Look at that. Look at that synergy. I love that. Thank that, guys. That's awesome. So thanks, everyone, for watching. HD Tube, Ron Lofton, Real Deal Prime, Kyle Hentley, and Eric Rosas. By the way, this Deshaun Watson, I was reading that stuff. Maybe that's why I was so hot coming into the show. I read the Deshaun Watson story before coming in. I cannot believe the Browns just traded their fucking franchise for that guy. Cannot believe that shit. That's insanity. HD Tube, Real Deal Prime, DJ and Woodworkers, Brothers BKL, James Lil, need one game. Help me out tonight.
Deshaun Watson's a beast, bro. What are you talking about?
Well, he's also apparently a rapist too, but we will not talk about that.
Never mind.
We won't talk about that.
Are you talking about like you said it like he's going to hurt their team? He's not going to rape the team.
I'm saying that because he's not going to play it down in the NFL for the next 2 years. He's going to get suspended forever. So we'll see there. James Lil asking for one play today. It's the Red Sox. I like the over 8.5, 9, whatever you can go there. I think those are the only plays I feel confident about. And I also do. I'm not going to recap my plays because I was about to say I also do like the Cubs and Cardinals today too, because those are my other two plays. But I think the one is the Red Sox. I do like them. So there you go. Ronnie and Bergia, all you guys, DJen, thank you. Top Set, thanks for joining you. Shout out to you, Elio, my guy. And even Karen earlier today. Shout out to you, Karen. We always love contrarian opinions, of course. Want to get all the headbutting, it makes good content. We all just talk it out at the end of the day. I'm not going to do anything drastic, guys. Don't worry. I love all of you, and I appreciate all of you guys for watching the show. Thanks, guys, and we will see you mañana. Peace.